Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. He gets away from one, and they can't corral him.
Let's go. The Browns take over first and 10.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, 76 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tom Brady trots onto the field here with the rest of his offense, and they are now coming off their first loss of the season, Charles. Week 9, go to Baltimore, lose 37-20 to Lamar Jackson and company. And for Tom Brady, look, still playing incredible, don't get me wrong, but last 4 weeks, only 4 touchdown passes.
And I lay that more at the feet of New England administration right now, because we've talked for years that he doesn't have enough receivers, but they always had enough receivers, and Tom Brady made them better. In this case now, I'm not sure they actually have enough receivers. Julian Edelman is still there. They just traded for Mohamed Sanu, and then after that, start to name them. Good luck with that. They've got to find guys who can make those big catches, and they're obviously missing some key guys from their past.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returnable here for Callaway. And now off to the races, down the right side. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Charles, as Cleveland gets set to start this next drive, you know, things are really unraveling for the Browns. 4 straight losses now after the loss against Denver in Week 9. And that loss to Denver was against... And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb taking it in. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people that power his way forward.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Charles, as the Patriots come back out here offensively, it gives us a chance to go back to that loss they had Week 9 to Baltimore. So now 8-1. Not going to be an undefeated season, so the 72 Dolphins can take a little breath of relief. Well, they got to worry about the 49ers.
49ers are still out there, but they can order, what they want, right, and put it on ice.
Get ready to put it on ice. So now, do you put much emphasis on that loss to Baltimore if you're New England? You're like, whatever, just move on.
I think that they're the team and a franchise that knows how to move on, but they also will look at that tape and realize they've got some things to fix because Baltimore ran the football effectively against them. And it wasn't just the quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Mark Ingram gashed them. And when you're able to do that, that opens up the ability to throw the football. And while the numbers weren't huge for Baltimore, it did allow Lamar Jackson to make some big throws that really helped his team out. So if you're New England, you look at that one and say, we do have some work to do. Let's not worry anymore about giving up just 7.6 points per game.
And the schedule coming up, open week, and then at Philly. And you remember what Tom Brady did to the Eagles defense last time he saw him, 505 yards in Super Bowl 52.
Not to mention Dallas visits. Then they go to Houston and home for Kansas City.
Ooh, that's a tough stretch.
We are hitting the stretch drive of the schedule for New England.
Wait, 53!
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. On play action. Now Brady looking deep for Demarius. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Michel. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. From midfield, here's Brady. Goes underneath here to White. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the patch 3. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Yeah, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Brady. It's complete. James White. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Callaway on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They begin the drive with Johnson. Space to maneuver at the 40. There goes Duke Johnson. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, 72 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up Because otherwise, this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Let's go one more.
50.
Now a play fake. Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Brady now going to leave it with Michel on the draw. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
This is fielded at the 7. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, relax and enjoy the 2nd quarter lead right now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a 1st down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
180.
1st down, Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to research. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 54 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone, but today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, and they're extremely athletic, and they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
Extra point right down the middle, and a rout is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Julian Edelman and the rest of the offense back onto the field now. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the 2nd quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let me go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Well, Brady's throw there, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the...
We got this.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, let's tap into the useless facts file, shall we? 3 guys with the last name Allen got the start in Week 9. Josh in Buffalo, Kyle in Carolina, Brandon in Denver. Off Jarvis Landry, past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 69 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Joseph now to have the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Hey, 66.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've reached half, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A run for Nick Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Again, it's Johnson. And that'll hurt the of 2.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle, and they're going to get... Afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Brady. That's to his running back, Sony Michel.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice move at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this is a blowout. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 28 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So Brady and the Pats take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Brady looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Brady. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Taken in at the 22. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost, and now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through, and this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep, but your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. This is taken at the 23. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They'll give it to Chubb, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He hits White, complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Chubb, ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. That's taken in by Callaway. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this